And say, oh yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and say what it is, car shield and stuff. Why do I feel like I'm in a safe haven here? Why does it feel like where the snitches live and the rebels die, or what you call? Why is that the case, huh? Who's who in this neighborhood, right? And stuff like that in the community, you know what I'm saying? It's a safe haven for me to act with spree or whatnot and stuff like that, and depend and lean and be lean and whatnot like this. And then on top of that, try to get some type of demo expressed or whatnot. It's a network that's without tact. And you know, that's okay. I mean, it's a year-to-year lease. I live here. I go sleep here. I don't sleep in 36-degree weather. I'm not as damaged as people that have to push carts and drink, you know what I'm saying, and to collect cans to get a little fix for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take that part of myself for granted. And to keep keep saying, well, the network around me doesn't seem to understand. It's a safe haven, even just because you eat chips for dinner or you eat a can of Campbell's soup for dinner. You know, that can't be a person like me. It can't be the fault of a person like me. You feel what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be you, and I'm not preaching on that sense. And this might be blocked, but look.
An administration in limbo.
So, this is Pamela Brown, right? And you say, well, what about it, right? What does it say? Advertise. What do you activate your Shima on? What is your void, right? What is the void in your life? And stuff like that. Well, a lot of the times people say, harassment is an instrument to you and stuff like that. You have invaded someone's privacy or whatnot to put me on a personal spin or whatnot, to put me on the line over and over and over again. But so, you know, what do you want to say? Oh, wait, well, I have a preference to be a freedom of someone of like that is not accepted in the international community, if you will. Okay, so let's just say, oh, I'm a Ron Jeremy type of person, right? All this stuff and whatnot. Oh yeah, that's all right? Yeah, okay. So whatever's whatever, right? Is it legal in the United States? Can you pay for membership for these things in the United States? Is this looked at? Is this shunned upon? Is this frowned upon in other countries where you are condemned to because of such a thing? It almost feels that way when you have a community that says, "Hey, wait a minute, all this is." Well, you know what? In the United States, you have the freedom to do these things. If it wasn't legal to buy membership, then that's just what it is. Okay. So if you want to get personal on that and say everybody, oh, he's a stick man. Oh, he has small quads or whatnot. Then you know what? At the same time, in turn, the golden rule says someone can say something about you, about how you are and whatnot, and whatever it is, your endeavor, your fluidity of your harassments of objectifying you is about. You know what I'm saying? So if someone can say, you have stick legs, I can say something like, well, you have a big head. Not necessarily this guy, or whatever. Or something like, or you have thin arms, or something like that. So, I mean, so what? You objectify me, the same thing can be in turn. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a bitter little pill. And that's what it is. It's like, you know, tit for tat, if you will. So what is it? What is the case? Oh, some people are like, oh, they want to be manly. They want to talk about politicians and whatnot, and do all this stuff, and you know, and all this other stuff. When in fact, you know what I'm saying? On the under, some people they are just like. And let's look at. Let's look at it like this. Some things are unexpressed. You know what I'm saying? Some things you just don't know, and that's just the way of life. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know certain things about politicians and what their private lives are, then you don't. If you do, then you do. So what is it? Is it someone else's business to tell someone else this is what they do, and then such and such? I don't know. It could be called hearsay. I don't want to put myself out there and say, oh, this politician goes to the clubs or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Why would I put myself and say that out there and go through some type of indictments to prove such a thing? You know what I mean? It's not my place to do that. So you say, Man, this is so it's a freedom type of expression here. We are not in like let's say Mongolia or something, or wherever it is not accepted or something like that. It is against the law to have such kind of memberships. That is not the case here where you live in. That's why you see videos of Ron Jeremy holding up American flags or whatnot, because it's a freedom of, I forget what it is, a freedom of censorship or freedom of some speech, but I don't know what it is. But if they made it illegal, it would be on the black markets, right? And I don't know why it's on the black markets now when it's legal, when it's like, you can sit up here and just get it off the computer or whatnot. Go to the DVD shops or whatnot and all this stuff. And so the hell what? I live in a hut, so the hell what? Do I have to explain myself and the privacy and be invaded on my privacy to explain myself on what I do and when I do and what I do for certain things for myself? And stuff like that. And in turn, if the invasiveness is on me from a certain person or group of people, then that can be turned around and say, well, let's go ahead and let's go ahead, reverse that order, and get into the privacy of what you're talking about, of your life and stuff like that, of this that is in such a nature. So I really, you know what I'm saying? I really think that's like almost a hypocritical, almost like a feeble idea to say, hey, he's just such and such. Well, so the hell what? Such is life, okay? You know what I'm saying? If there's a void in my life, there's a void in my life, and that's it.
Will last as long as it takes, and moments from now,